Hello, and thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. Do you remember growing up and having your parents tell you, hey, don't talk to strangers? And then on your next trip to the grocery store, when someone walking by would wave at you, you'd run around the corner because you didn't want to talk to a stranger? Well, that never really caught on for me. In fact, I'd sneak away from my parents so that I could go talk to other people in the store. Or maybe sneak a few doors down to the local restaurant where there are a bunch of old guys and learn some cool tricks like bouncing a quarter off the table into a cup. My name is Joseph Rees, and I like talking to strangers, and you should too, because talking to strangers opens an entire new world of opportunity. My best example of this was during my sophomore year of college. I flew out to Bentonville, Arkansas. It's a small city in the northwestern part of Arkansas where Walmart is headquartered. I went out there for a networking event, and I remember walking in the door and seeing a bunch of business executives in front of me. A bunch of people who probably didn't care to talk to a student that night. And then as I looked to the corner, I saw my peer set, a group of about 15 to 20 other students who got selected to go to this event, who were all talking to each other. And I realized I could go talk to my peer set, but the more valuable thing for me to do would be to go talk to these business executives. So that's what I did. And by the end of the night, I had started making good first impressions on people. One of the people I had met was named Daniel. Daniel was a senior buyer for Walmart, and he took a liking to me based on my first impression. By the time I had landed back in California the next day, he had set me up with my first interview to work for Walmart. When people ask me who I am today, I say I'm my first impression. And, having a good first impression really defines who you are, not only for yourself, but it creates the image other people have of you. Making a good first impression is as simple as 3 things. 1, being well dressed. 2, opening with a smile. 3, having a firm handshake. Doing those 3 things in the first 5 seconds ensures you're going to make a great first impression on someone. So what does it mean to be well dressed? Well, being well dressed means dressing for the occasion. If it's a local business networking happy hour, you might get away with something like what I'm wearing now. If it's something a little bit more formal like what I had gone to in Arkansas, you might want to wear a business suit, something that's dark navy or dark gray. Being well dressed and dressing for the occasion means that you're serious about being there. It also shows that you're not just some guy who walked in off of the streets and got lost. Next, open with a smile. I don't have the straightest teeth, and they're not bright white, but when I open with a smile, more times than not, you're going to smile back at me, and that creates a great first opportunity for us to start talking. It also shows that I'm not a threat, and I'm excited to be here. Last, have a firm handshake. Your handshake is the next thing that makes an impression after your smile. When you meet someone, walk up to them, say hello, smile at them, put your hand out, and shake their hand 2 or 3 times. Not 5 or 6, because that's where it starts getting a little bit creepy. But if you do that and you give them a firm handshake, they're going to have a great first impression of who you are, and it will also leave a lasting impression after the conversation. Just don't have a limp handshake, because that's like shaking a foam pool noodle around, and nobody likes that. Doing those 3 things alone will help you make a great first impression, and soon enough, you will start to become your first impression too. Start talking to strangers, start making good first impressions, and I promise you the doors of opportunity are going to swing wide open for you, just like they did for me. Now that you know me, I want to get to know you. So after my speech today, I'm going to be standing down here by the stage, and I'll be dressed in my blue and green plaid shirt, smiling with a firm handshake ready to meet you. Thank you so much.